Hey, what's up guys? Today has been 97 days since the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, that's the EIDL, or EIDL for cool kids that like acronyms, as authorized by Congress and the CARES Act, was signed into law. Wait a second, isn't that how you open Monday's video? Well, yes, but now it has been 97 days, and I finally got so fed up with waiting, I decided to give the SBA another chance of a phone call. And wow. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Anyways, back to the intro. The CARES Act tasked the SBA to provide emergency loans to U.S. small businesses impacted nationwide by the pandemic shutdown. Originally, this was supposed to include a $10,000 grant to companies that applied, payable within 3 days. Well, we know that didn't happen. And basically, the SBA decided to completely unilaterally just change the rules, and that turned out to be one heck of a cluster. As I reported on Monday, it appears now that new applicants of the EIDL, at least ones that are self-employed or sole proprietors, are getting priority approval and are getting their grants within 3 or 4 days. Whereas anyone else that has previously applied or is a small business with more than one employee is basically getting stonewalled. Hello and welcome to Stephen Carlson Show. I'm Stephen Carlson. I'm a tech entrepreneur, real estate investor, author, YouTuber, and a volunteer paramedic. But before I get to the video, I wanted to let you guys know about a little issue I've been having. Usually I create a 1-minute intro video describing what is going to be covered in my YouTube video. And I upload this video to Facebook kind of as a teaser. Honestly, I probably will no longer be doing this for EIDL videos as Facebook keeps marking these videos as political and blocking their distribution. I have requested manual review multiple times stating that I am not a political channel, instead I'm a financial channel. That doesn't seem to make any difference, so I doubt that I'm going to continue to waste my time making videos for Facebook. But of course, I'll keep making my YouTube videos. So for any of you guys that follow me on Facebook and you're just kind of wondering what happened to the videos, that's why. Okay, let's get back to the SBA EIDL situation. Many of you have reported to me that you have either received a few $1,000s of your grant or you've received absolutely nothing, with the latter, of course, being the most common. And since this is one of the most common situations, it's one of the questions that I will address in my call with the SBA. LA Late has an excellent piece on this as well.
There are two scenarios. Either you've gotten grant money or haven't gotten grant money. If you've gotten grant money, whether it's, and it's like a $2,000 or $1,000, and you're wondering where the remainder of your $10,000 grant money is, it's not coming. It's just not coming. There's two ways in which it's going to come. Either a judge rules in a case that Carranza and her office is supposed to pay you, or two, Carranza's out and Biden wins and he puts someone else new in there and they follow the CARES Act.
In my previous video on Monday, I described how I could almost understand and even sympathize with the SBA. Completely understandable and compassionate to the SBA staff that have been completely overwhelmed with tens of millions of EIDL applications. But there's also part of me that has zero compassion for the system, the bureaucracy that when faced with this daunting task, rather than put an entrepreneur mindset to tackling the problem head on, they use the government red tape mindset to make the problem even worse. After you finish this video, please make sure you watch Monday's video to get the rest of the details. As many of you guys know, I own 2 businesses, and both of them applied for a loan through the EIDL program. In order, I applied first for my real estate holding company, and then second, I applied for one of my tech startups, about 15 minutes apart. I say first versus second only as a way to illustrate the order in which they were submitted to the SBA, which goes directly against the SBA claims that all applications are processed in the order they were received. The second business's EIDL application was fully approved and funded in about 60 days. Yet there's been no word on my first business's EIDL application. On June 10th, which was 72 days after I applied for EIDL, I received an email for the first business that I was still awaiting my loan. This email said, in part, EIDL Advance Summary Update. We are reaching out in regards to your request for an EIDL Advance. As part of application number, We were unable to successfully verify and validate all of your information in order to process your advance. We would like to invite you to update your advance request with corrected information. Your EIDL loan application is still being processed separately. As a reminder, you do not have to be approved for the loan in order to receive the advance. It has now been 20 days since I provided the requested information to the SBA with no response. So I decided that today I am going to call the SBA and find the status on my first application, and additionally, where is the grant money for my second EIDL application? Remember, that was the loan that had been fully funded, but I never received the grant. So I called them, and well, seriously, I can think of a lot more entertaining ways to spend my morning rather than glued to a phone.
Welcome to the U.S. Small Business Administration Disaster Assistance Customer Service Center.
Hello, thank you for calling.
Yes, hello, good morning. I have a couple questions about two EIDL loans, if you could help me with that, please.
Economic Injury Loan Program.
That is correct.
Application or questions about the Payment Protection Program.
On the Economic Injury Disaster, the EIDL.
And how can I help you?
All right, I have an application number for you, if that helps.
Okay, how can I help you?
This was applied for back March 30th, and I've not received any of the grant, nor have I received either an approval or a denial for the loan, and I'd like to try and get moving on the loan process.
Okay, please hold, okay?
Sure, thank you.
As you can see, the rep was very friendly and said they would look into this for me and put me on hold. The problem was, as much as I hated their hold music, at least you know that you were still connected to them. I sat for 30 minutes in complete silence, continuously wondering, maybe they just hung up on me and I don't even know about it. I was getting so close to hanging up on them and just calling back when the rep came back and told me they needed to escalate this to another tier of representative. Well, at least this time I know I'm somewhere in a queue.
You are caller number 2122.
Well, this is going to be a long day. What the heck is this? Alright, I'm guessing their approach is just to keep ratcheting up the levels of annoyance until you just give up and hang up. This screeching sound, which I have lowered the volume, continued for about 2 minutes, and then it went back to playing music. And then back to screeching. I am basically half deaf now, but at least this makes for an entertaining YouTube video for you guys. While I continue to listen to this horrible sound, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share this video, all those little buttons down below. Doing so really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and this will make it almost worthwhile for me to suffer through this phone call. While you're waiting, you should also check out the Webull link in the description. If you open a stock brokerage account today and deposit at least $100, they will give you 2 free stocks, with one of those stocks being valued up to $1,400. So while you sit here and wait for me to finish my SBA call, why don't you go open your Webull account? Now, after 20 minutes of this horribly loud screeching sound, I started to search Google to see if maybe anybody else had heard this sound before. I tried multiple searches, and in the end, I think I broke Google, as I have never seen Google say it had no results to my search. So at the hour-and-a-half mark, with 30 of those minutes being that screeching sound that left my ears bleeding, I gave up. I tossed in the towel. I will just have to try calling back later. But unfortunately, that's going to be past the time when I needed to finalize the script for this video for tomorrow's release. It left me with no other options other than to send an appeal letter and an email. I wrote a simple letter asking about the status of my loan and grant. I included the application number and the date and time that I applied. This letter is being sent by U.S. Certified Return Receipt to the address below. It'll also be in the description, so you can just copy and paste. Then I also sent a copy of the same letter to the email address you see on your screen. Why did I send an email and a certified letter? Well, the email, I hope, will be processed first. But if for some reason it gets lost, at least we can fall back upon the letter. By sending a U.S. certified return receipt, I have the legal documentation verified by the USPS that the letter was sent, and more importantly, legal proof that the SBA actually received my letter. Now, it's up to you guys if you want to give the SBA a call. Some people have had great luck, most have not. You may just want to send them a letter. If you do decide to call the SBA, please make sure that you do your stretches first and go to the bathroom, because it's going to be a long time before you get a potty break. Or if you do not wish to call them, you could just try sending a letter as I did. From everything that I understand, most businesses are entitled to the grant money. It doesn't matter if you're accepted for the loan or not. Or in the case of one of my businesses, that we already received the loan, we still are entitled to the grant money, in addition to the loan that was previously received. Well, I was just about to enter the studio and record this video when I received an email back from the SBA. Well, sort of. The email came back saying, the recipient's mailbox is full and can't accept messages right now. Please try resending your message later or contact the recipient directly. Great. Well, that's another failure for the SBA today. This leads me to believe that not only are they overwhelmed with applications, they're overwhelmed with appeals as well. Thankfully, I have the certified letter from the post office being sent today. On Monday, one of my viewers pointed out LA Late for his EIDL coverage, and thanks. I have featured a clip of him in the beginning of this video. Make sure you guys check out his channel. I think you're going to love it. Make sure you tell him the Stephen Carlson Show sent you. What other channels do you guys watch and love? Who should I feature here next? Make a comment down below and let me know their channel. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.